Yo, what's up? Serious Silliness Bodybuilding. I start a little early, a couple minutes early because I want to do the plugs, the sponsors before anybody jumps on, because once they come on, it's fucking difficult to get a word in edgewise. So, first sponsor, Evolve Nutrition, 110 New Jersey, Route 10, East Hanover, New Jersey, 973-647-4625. Website Evolve Nutrition, EHNJ.shop. They have all your best bodybuilding supplements, and whatever you don't see on the website, they'll order it and send it to you. They ship to all 50 states. Also, don't forget your discount code SS20 so that you get 20% off. Now, the other sponsor, Transformare Bellezza. That is TRANSFORMAREBELLEZZA. Now that's at Gmail. Sorry. So what do they do? Basically, they're also in East Hanover, New Jersey, 460 Ridgedale Avenue. They do spray tanning, laser lipo, laser tattoo removal, semaglutide, mesotherapy, fat loss, facial treatments, lip filler. Basically, you go in there and you come out looking beautiful. IV infusion. Their website, transformarebellezza@gmail. I already said that. And their number is 862-283-8554. The owner's name is Danielle, and she is quite attractive, too, if you'd like to go and see. I'm just saying, she is an attractive girl. So if you go there, don't get smitten. Don't get smitten. I believe she's engaged, but just saying. All right, so we're waiting for Lee Priest. Joe Palacios is coming on, but he's coming on a little late. Armon will most likely not be able to make it. He gave me a call today, and he said he's going to try, but he has to. As of right now, he's not going to be able to do it. He's got things going on. I don't know, it's something, clients or something. I don't know, business, work. Shit happens. What are you going to do? But Joe was coming on late. I'm waiting for Lee Priest. I also invited Kenton and from EP Zoyanime and Xavier. So they should be jumping on with us. Well, they should. I mean, I don't know if they will, because the only people that I gave a complete positive coming on is Lee Priest and Joe. Everybody else is a maybe. But that's what we do. Why is Lee always a non-Nog time? Nog time? I don't know what Nog time is. Okay. He's on, Lee Priest is on his own time. Most of the time he is on time. And but listen, people got things to do, man. They're fucking moving. You don't remember that. Don't forget that it's like 12 o'clock in like fucking Australia. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't I didn't even realize that that's what. Oh, no. Oh, you misspelled it. That's fucked up, JT. Anyway, excited for Joe to come on. Yeah, actually, me too, man, because Joe is really, Lee Priest has entered the, oh, shit.
I was just with the other group talking. I said, I'll see you. I was just on Ken's, and Ken's like, I just got invited. And Xavier, I got invited. I said, well, I'll see you all soon.
Yeah. Hey, why not? Just keep it going. Fuck it.
They're probably just thinking, oh, thank God, I'll get rid of Lee in a minute. See you soon.
yeah, exactly.
I'm back.
How you doing, man? How was the what was it, a biopsy you had with the skin?
Oh, you see that? I sent you the picture of the big one they cut out in the container.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Fucking sore. I wasn't meant to train today, but I don't listen to the doctors. Like, I didn't do anything light. I just did treadmill and push downs, but stinging like fuck. I went to my wife's work. I said, have a look, and she's like, oh, you might need to change the bandage. It's full of blood. So maybe I'm gonna pop the stitch, but I don't know. Who cares?
That's all right. Oh shit! Look who. Oh shit! It's big. It's
I haven't seen you for a while.
Wow, I like that shirt, Kenton.
Thanks, didn't you have a blue? I thought you had a blue jumper on not long ago.
Can we hear you, Kenton?
Yeah, I did. It's getting too fucking warm. It's humid as hell here.
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I want to give you guys there's a couple of crazy things happened to me this weekend, and I wanted to give you guys one of the things that happened to me. And it might have happened, it might have not happened, but I want your opinion, okay? Yesterday it was beautiful out, right? I had the day off. It was Sunday, and there was not a cloud in the sky, right? I'm taking the bike out. Taking the bike out, I go to the gym, I'm riding around a little bit, right? Cool. I'm riding. And I feel like, what I think is raindrops falling on me. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's no fucking rain. There's no clouds. What's going on? Why is it? And then I look in front of me, and it's one of those, I don't know what you want to call it, one of those rigs that transport horses around, and there's two horses.
Golden shower.
Oh no, keep going.
So do you think it's a possibility that I got a horse on me while I was riding? Because there was I'm like, where's this water coming from? And all I see was two horses' asses in front of me. Yep. And there was not a goddamn cloud. Yeah.
Because I've been behind a horse trailer before, and I've had to put my wipers on because I thought the same thing. I'm like,
really?
Where's it coming from? Then I'm like, at first I figure it's my car overheating. Is it coming from my radiator? It starts spitting out. I'm like, no. But then I look up and see two horse trailers. But when I look down the bottom, I could see a bit of liquid running out the bottom of the horse trailer. So I guess it was hitting the road and splashing up.
Yeah, that's pretty much what was happening.
Yeah, you got horse piss in the face, mate.
Yeah, and I didn't have a full face helmet. I had a half helmet with sunglasses on. Yeah, and I don't even, that's pretty much what happened. And I don't have a fairing, so it just went right. And I'm like, holy shit, I think I just got a horse piss on.
I'm going to say, your skin looks much shinier and
it's very healthy looking, right? Holy shit.
John's going to be driving around looking for these trucks with horses from now on. It's like I lost 5 years. Oh, yeah.
This is better than MQ677.
Yeah, right. The other thing that happened is my wife has this friend, and her husband and the kids, they got kids, and they went to Disney World. And so like they have dogs, and once in a while my wife goes over there and feeds the dogs for them and stuff like that, right? But this time they had like a friend of the husband go there and stay there with the dogs because they got two big dogs, and they told me, can you stay? And he's single, whatever, and no kids. He's like, yeah, I'll fucking stay, right? So they don't hear from him for like a day. Like they don't hear anything. They don't fucking hear from this guy at all. So they call a relative and they go, can you go and check the house? Because we haven't heard from, I forgot the guy's name. I don't remember. Tommy.
His name's John.
Yeah, right. No, it's not. I forgot. It doesn't matter.
Steve.
The guy fucking the relative, like the guy's cousin, goes to the fucking house, opens the door. The guy's dead on the fucking couch. He had a heart attack and died. And in their house.
Was the dog eating him? That would make it even better. Was the dog eating him while he was dead?
I don't think so. I think the dog was like just basically fucking laying next to him. Like, this is nice.
How old? How old was the guy? Was he that old?
He had to be in his 40s. Big Joe.
What's up, guys?
Joe.
What's up, man? Joe, do you know Kenson from EP09?
Who is it?
Kenson, right here from EP09. He's another YouTuber.
Oh, I don't think I know you, but I'm Joe. Hi.
Yeah.
How you doing, Joe?
Good, man. Good. Very good.
So
we were just talking about how sorry, Gadley.
I saw Joe on Fuad's podcast, and then he was on Dennis's podcast, and it's good that you graced us to come back to this shitty one again. Thank you.
That's what I told him. Like, he's on RX, he's on Hostel, he's on Dennis James, and then he's on with me. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He's never coming back to John's again after being in the high profile.
That's what I thought. I'm like, this guy's never coming back. Fuad's got him on. What's up, Xavier? What's happening, man?
What's up, man? Not much.
Xavier, do you know Big Joe Palacios?
I do know Joe. Joe, have we been on one of Beatty's shows together once? Or
together? No. We've always been separate, but I've seen you on Beatty's.
Yeah. I've always listened to you on there, so I'm like, I don't know if I've been on with Joe before or not, or if I've just listened to him speak on Beatty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise. This is one of those things. Beatty hits up everybody, and whoever jumps on will jump on.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he probably got me during busy
on
time.
Monday. It's called shooting the breeze, so there's like no rhyme or reason to it. Then that's how I pose. That's why Lee's always
Joe too. Xavier says he's Australian, but he's actually from Tasmania, and that's like the Appalachians where you date your mother and your sister and stuff like that.
Oh shit!
I can confirm I don't date my mother and my sister. We have a population.
Of course, you're not going to
500,000
tell
in
everyone,
Tasmania.
are you? But we
We're
know
not-
you are.
Not at the same time. Just not at the
not-
same
we're-
time.
As
Separate.
long as we don't know.
It's not a 5,000 person town or something where it's like weird like that.
Yeah. Just accept it. Just accept it. It's all inbred down there. Just go with it.
Is it really?
There's
Is
half
it,
a million.
Is
No,
it
there's,
like
half,
one of
there's
those-
500,000 of us. We're not inbred. There probably has
You
been
are.
some, I'm sure, by chance.
There's only 500,000 of you.
Ask ChatGTP is Tasmania known for inbreeding, and I'll tell you what it is.
I
You had some
believe
weirdos down here. What was that movie that was based in Tasmania?
That was called something dying. It was actually based on inbreeding because a guy escaped from a penal colony, and him and his family started breeding into mountains. It's like a Wrong Turn type of show, and they were eating people and raping the girls to breed, and they're all like,
Yeah. We got a spot like that in Jersey. They call it
what's it called? John's house.
Yeah.
Tasmania's actually
I
beautiful.
know you
If
say
you,
that.
if you look up
Only
Hobart,
me and my wife in the door. Oh shit. Anyway, in Jersey, there's they call them the Jackson Whites. I think it's Ramapo, New Jersey, and supposedly they're all inbred and all fucked up. It's like way out there. And they even made I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie. It was called oh god, Out of the Furnace with Woody Harrelson.
Oh, yeah, I
And-
saw that one. That was a
Yeah.
weird one. I saw it, yeah.
sure.
Yeah, when Woody Harrelson plays like that big drug dealer, that's where they're supposed to be from. They're supposed to be from like Ramapo or all the Jackson Whites, all real shit kicking.
Dying Breed was the name of that movie from Tasmania. Dying Breed.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Great
So Joe,
advertisement for
before you got on, we were talking about how I possibly got horse piss all over me this weekend.
True
Yeah.
story.
Paid for it.
Yeah,
And enjoyed it.
yeah, it's a fetish of mine, horse piss. I was out. I have a Harley Davidson. I got a breakout, and it was beautiful out yesterday. So I had the day off from work, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fucking go and take my bike out. I go and take it to the gym, and I don't have a fairing. I have the ape hangers and the whole deal and everything, and it's not a cloud in the sky. And all of a sudden, I feel like fucking water hitting me. I'm thinking it's raindrops, and I'm like, what's going on? I look in front of me, and there's one of those rigs, fucking transporting two horses. All I see is two horses' asses, and I'm like, oh, don't tell me they just took a piss, and I got fucking piss all over me. I didn't even have a full face helmet on. I got a half helmet with sunglasses all over
Could
me.
have been worse. Could have been mud. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, John, if you had one of those things on your bike, you should do that. Like, you know how you see those like YouTube channels.
Fairing,
where
I don't have
guys
a
on-
fairing on mine. I don't like it.
get
This
a camera
bike
on
is
it.
like more of a sporty version of
John
I'm
likes
I'm
the
saying
wind.
get a
John likes
camera
the
on
wind
there,
in
and
his
then you
head.
can film it, and then you can just be like horse golden shower, put it on Pornhub.
yeah, that's right.
Hey, did you guys watch that Jackass movie where I think it was Steve-O that drank the horse cum?
Oh no, it
Yes.
wasn't.
Yeah,
Steve-O,
yeah,
it was,
I forgot
That was
about
back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, the other guy with the long hair, huh?
yeah,
longer
and
hair?
and everybody
Hodges?
around him was throwing up.
Yeah, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh.
I almost
that-
threw up.
That was my me and my wife's first date. Was
Horse cum drinking.
yeah. Me and my wife's
We'll have to
first
see
date
the
was
movie,
Jackass 3D.
And that's how you knew.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Fuck.
That one was 3D, so that one had like flying dildos coming at you and shit.
Just jizz on your face at the end of the fucking.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when that scene come on. She grabbed his hand and went,
Yeah.
that was
That's
his
how he knew
hand.
it was the But you know,
Plot thickens.
if somebody come out, if fucking Patrick Tour or some one of these people came out, Honey Rambone, and said, "Oh, I discovered horse cum's good for muscle growth," blah 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 blah. Bodybuilders would start drinking it because
100%.
Sam's. I
Absolutely.
do these videos for Sam's Fitness where I just answer stupid questions. And a couple of years ago, it's still on there. I sat there straight faced and said, "I'm going to tell you all a secret, because I trained out at World Gym. Arnold was there every day. I got talking to Arnold. I remember in Pumping Iron where Arnold said that feeling of the pump is like coming, and like he equated it, I'm coming all the time." I said, "Well, what happened?" He actually told me the truth. What they used to do was, in the old days, they'd actually get their cum and semen. When they would train and the bodies would get hot, they'd actually take the semen and rub it into the muscles. And because the pores are open, they would take it in, and because there's testosterone in the semen, their muscles would grow and they'd get a bigger pump. And I said this so straight-faced. About 4 weeks later, because I get messages, "Hey Lee, I've been rubbing the semen into my muscles."
Oh my
What the fuck, bro?
Jesus Christ!
They probably had super soft skin there or something.
I'm like, I can't believe anyone actually did it, but I got to feel like, am I doing it wrong? How long do I have to ejaculate before I can use it?
But a couple of years ago, there was a guy that was eating dog food for extra protein, like he was eating kibble and shit. You know.
But then I did another video saying, look, I was just lying. I said, if that was the truth, I said, if you rub semen on and grew, I said, wouldn't your wife have a big lower back and a big jawline if that was the case?
So Joe, I want you to tell us what it's like being like fucking world famous now that everybody wants you on. You're on fucking RX, you're on Hostel, you're on Dennis James. I'm assuming that you've watched all these podcasts and now everybody wants you on them.
This is the highlight. This one's the highlight.
Yeah.
This is the icing on the cake. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You made it.
No, you know what's funny is I'm kind of used to the whole podcast thing because of Beatty's channel, my boy Beatty, and just being on. Like the only difference really is that the since it's like my first time showing on a lot of them, it's a lot about me compared to like I could just talk, amongst everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like I've been like where I go into the podcast, I'm just sitting there and just kind of waiting and just kind of watching. But when the attention's on me, it's like I feel like I have to chug an energy drink before so I can be fully focused and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, my sister made that joke the other day. Like, how's it feel to be famous? I'm not fucking famous. But then I'm not gonna lie, I go into any gym setting like you're Joe, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting and shit. But
yeah.
Well, this one we don't talk bodybuilding, Joe. So you did say you used to drink a lot. You had a bad lifestyle for a while. So tell us, Joe, some funny stories when you were drinking.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good. How about we all go?
Now, I already told my cocaine, so you all go ahead.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Joe.
Let me think.
Nothing too incriminating now. Make sure the statute of limitations is run out before you.
No, just I never did anything like wild. Like one of the funnier ones, I guess, was me and my coworker. I had two coworkers, and we went to go have drinks and stuff. And I was we were like getting drunk at Buffalo Wild Wings, and both coworkers had wives. I had it was my ex at the time. And I was young and dumb. I didn't care to go home, and like I didn't care if she was worried. So they're like, dude, I gotta get home or I'm gonna get divorced or whatever. I was like, man, come on, let's go to the fucking strip club. Let's go to the fucking strip club. And I'm like, Joe, I can't. I really can't. Man, fuck this shit. And I was like, Uber driver, like, drop these motherfuckers off and you take me to the fucking titties. He's like, you want to go to the titties, man? I was like, I want to go to the fucking titties. You go take me to the 24-hour titties. Like, that was, we dropped him off. I don't even know, like, how much this guy charged me or whatever. Like, I was drunk as fucking the back. I ended up in the strip club, and I was all by myself, just blowing all kinds of money that I didn't have to blow. And then I get home, it's like 5 a.m. My ex is asleep, and I'm just getting to bed like nothing fucking happened, smelling like stripper and shit. So that was one of my solo days.
You didn't have glitter on your cheek, did you? That little bit of glitter.
I had glitter everywhere. Glitter on my ass.
It's amazing how you and I fucking have a lot in common.
I
go to city bars by myself at least once a month. I'm not even kidding. Like,
there you go.
I swear to God. As a matter of fact, there was a titty bar before COVID. It closed down like shortly after COVID. It was called Wet, and I used to walk in there by myself.
Dry.
Just walking in by myself. The guy at the door knew me, and the bartender knew what I drank, and I would just sit there and fucking.
You're that much of a regular, were you?
Yeah, I was. Then it shut down, and then I started going to wait a minute.
Well, they shut it at COVID. It's like COVID's the last thing you'd be worried about catching at the TV.
Yeah, really. Yeah. And then I started going to Platinum Dolls, because Satin Dolls is the one where they filmed The Sopranos at. So that one's not close to me. The other one is Platinum Dolls, which is like 10 minutes from me. So I go there I haven't gone. I'm due. But yeah, I go by myself, bro, and I just have a fucking.
That's because you got no friends. Joe had friends.
100
It's different.
I had friends that were a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, 100%. I got one friend, and he's a psychopath, and that's not you, Lee. It's like a real friend.
And I bet Joe's mate that were married. Their wives were like, "Oh, you're going out with Joe. He's not married, so we don't trust when you go out with him."
Yeah, no, you know what's funny is the exact opposite. They did have a perception of me because I was pretty wholesome like earlier on in my life. So they had that same perception, but then I slowly started getting into the dark side of things and they didn't see that part. So when they would go out with me, they would get away with a lot of shit.
Well, the night I got married, I got fucking trashed. And then it was we got married in the middle of the winter. It was February, so we had there was a hotel and the the place where you get married, the reception. So we had these buses that brought everybody back from the reception to the hotel, and vice versa. So we're on the fucking bus, and I'm sitting there, and my cousin is next to me, my cousin Josephine, and I was like, Joe, I think I'm sick. And she's like feeling my head. She's like, what's wrong? You think you got fever?
Oh, no.
I was like, not that kind of sick. And I just fucking hurled right on the fucking bus. And luckily my wife's friend saw it coming and she grabbed this like bag that she had, but it was clear. So you can still see me throwing up. So she grabbed, she put the bag in front of my head and I'm just in front of my whole family, everybody on the bus. And the whole thing, and I went back to the room, threw up all night long.
Oh, you reminded me of another story. I was this is when I think I was 21 or 22. There was this flag football league that I would play in with my brother at the beach. And if you play for that league, there's a place called Panama Joe's literally right around the corner from the beach, and you get any drink you want, buy one, get one for 25 cents. And our quarterback was some like 40-year-old guy, and he was like the like super short and had little man syndrome and just like trying to be like a tough guy.
Careful on that short shit.
Yeah, he was shorter than you. So
fucking midget, fuck him.
I don't know what the hell. He got drunk and he comes up to me. He's like, "Man, Joe," he's like, "You want a shot?" I was like, "Oh no, it's all right, bro." He's like, "Oh, you're such a fucking pussy." He's like, "How old are you again?" He's like, "Damn, dog." He's like, "You're fucking half my age and I can outdrink you. This is not, wow, what a fucking pussy generation. This and that." And I looked at my ex and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding with this guy?" So I was like, bro, like, you ain't shit, bro. And so I was like, go buy how about this? You go buy the fucking bowls. They're like fish bowls. And I was like, go get 2 of those. And I was like, I'll chug you right now in front of everybody. And then so he's like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He goes, he buys the 2 fish bowls. One of them's $30, the other one's 25 cents. I paid for the 25-cent one. So everyone's watching. We start chugging. They're cheering. He's just fucking like watching me. My bowl's going down. So he puts his down, and I just keep looking at him. And the bowl just goes all the way to fucking empty.
What was in the bowl? You got to tell me what kind of liquor was
in
it.
The bowl?
Adios. It was giant Adios.
What the hell was that?
It's like Adios is that blue drink. It's like a mixture of like vodka, rum, all kinds of shit. It will get really fucked up.
Goes down easy.
So after that, keep in mind, before that, I had like at least like 6 like double Jack and Cokes. So that's why I was like, man, fuck this guy. So I had that no fucks mentality. I chugged that, and then everyone's cheering for me. He was like, man, fuck dog, you're looking like a jackass, blah blah. And then after that, I'm like looking around like, holy shit. I tell my ex, I'm like, hey, we gotta fucking go. So she walks me to the car, I sit down and I look at her and she looks at me. I was like, or she said, was it worth it, Joe? I was like, fuck yeah, I was. I'm a fucking champion. She drives me home. She lays me in bed. And that night I literally was laying there and I fucking threw up like on myself all over the fucking bed. I had to get that cleaned up the next day, and then she asked me again. So was it worth it, Joe? I was like, fuck yeah, it was. What the hell? I'm still alive, and I'll do it again.
Yeah, I didn't die.
Laying in
Yeah.
hospital, IV, alcohol
Yeah.
poisoning. Was it worth it? Fuck yeah, it's worth
Yeah,
it.
but the best part was
A
after I
win's a
said
win.
that, the best part was after that she high-fived me. So
Yeah,
it's like, there we go.
What about you two guys? What about Kent and Xavier? What'd you guys do? Like take a shit and then go to confession? What the fuck did you guys do?
Your finger through the toilet paper.
No, here I'll tell you one. Back when we were younger, we used to enjoy having fires in the woods. And we would have rip roaring fucking fires. So right after Christmas, when everyone would have heavy garbage, they would throw out their Christmas trees. So me and my buddy would go around his neighborhood with his father's four-wheeler and a little trailer hooked to the back of it. And we would take every single tree that we could possibly take. And they were dry and they were just a tinder bundle, right? And we had like 50. We would keep hauling them into the woods, probably a half mile from the road, right? Not quite a half mile. And we would collect them. And then we would get our liquor and we would go and we would light every one of those motherfuckers up at the same time. And the flames were 30 feet high minimum.
Jesus Christ.
You could not get within 20, 30 feet of this fire. It was we would get gas, toss it on there, and we were gone, right? We had my buddy's neighborhood, like 50 houses within like a you guys are American, like 2 mile area, right?
Okay.
All of it smoked out. It looked like the whole place was on fire, thick smoke, right? So the cops would show up. We would take off, and my buddy was just like feeling no pain, right? A couple of us would be sitting in the woods as the cops were walking up. You could see the sirens through the smoke, right? Because it just illuminates everything. So we were like, fuck, we're out of here. My buddy's there staying at the fire. I'm not fucking going anywhere. And you can hear him. The cops walk up on him. And he's like, what's going on? And they're like, do you live around here? Like, yep, right down the road. And they're like, all right, we're going to take you home. He goes, all right, I call shotgun.
That's what he said.
So he was just fucked up.
He's the only one that got in any trouble.
That was it.
That
That's
whole,
allegedly.
That whole story, I was like, tell me you're white without telling me you're white.
Yeah. Xavier, you because I thought of one, but I don't want to skip you.
I've got a story. It's mostly about my mate though, but it's a training story.
Your mate. Okay.
No. I'll tell the full story. So we went out. It's sort of over 2 weekends. So we went out one weekend, and it was getting towards the end of the night, and me and my friend started dancing with these 2 Asian girls, and we're like, okay, cool. So then we went to go home, and my girl, she just split all of a sudden. She's just like, no. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, I'll just crash at your place to my mate. And then he's in the back with his Asian girl that he's bringing home. And actually, no, I'm trying to think exactly how it happened. Or maybe...
Are they friends or sisters? Because the story's better if they're sisters.
No, they were just friends. So, no, I went home with this
They were
other girl
Asian.
first,
They were
actually.
brothers. That's the twist. They were brothers.
So the first weekend, so I went home with this girl and went to his place. The other girl didn't want to come home. And then the following weekend, it went the opposite way. So then his girl went home with him, and then I was at his place, and I was just sitting on the couch watching like soccer or something at like 2 a.m. And then his girl walks out 5 minutes after going into the bedroom, and I was like, oh, are you going? And she's like, bye. Just walks out, and I was like, oh, okay, this should be interesting. So I left it like 10 minutes, went and knocked on my mate's bedroom door, and he's just like, come in. I'm like, what happened? And he goes, oh, she may or may not have cried. And I was like, oh, shit. And like I was drunk, and he's like, sit down, and he told me the whole story. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I tried to touch her down there, and she sort of like pulled my hand away and was like started crying. And he's like, oh, I got a blowjob off of her and blew in her mouth and everything. So he's like, oh, all good. I'm like, okay, fair enough. And then the next weekend we went to go out because a mate was going away to Vietnam for like a few weeks. And we all got really drunk. I got fucked up so bad.
Not to war, John. Not to war. Just a holiday. Just a holiday.
So I didn't get let in anywhere. And then the next day, my mate sends me a message saying, we need to talk. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what did I do? Because I was so drunk that I couldn't really remember what happened too well, and I just didn't get let in. And then he's telling me this whole story, how he went out and, you know, they saw girls they knew and they, like, we went to school with, and he got his top ripped, and he went up into this club, and he said every girl just, like, hated him because he looked like a dickhead because he had his top ripped down the front and stuff. And he saw that Asian girl, and her name was Pi. And then he starts dancing with her, and then he just sits down randomly, sits down next to this Asian guy, and he bumps my mate and goes, "You know that's a guy, don't you?" And he's just like,
"Oh, was I correct?"
And then he jumps up and he just starts screaming at what looks like a girl.
Yeah.
And starts screaming, and then one of my friends pulled him back and was like, "Hey, like, calm down," and stuff.
Yeah, Xavier's friend.
That was my friend, yeah. He was hating.
I guessed it, and he even blew. See, hey, that goes back to my story almost, doesn't it? That, you know, Joe heard the coffee table. Did you ever hear the vodka bottle up my one?
No. I'm very much interested in this story.
Cocaine was involved again. I was doing the cocaine, I was drinking the vodka, and I hate the taste of alcohol. So I got to the point, like, I can't drink this anymore. I'm going to be sick. I remember my wife telling me a story about this guy who, I think he ended up with liver cancer or something, so he couldn't drink alcohol anymore, so he used to shelve it. So when I was doing the cocaine, I got the vodka bottle there, thinking I can't drink anymore. Then I went, fuck, I know what I can do. I can fucking put this up my ass and get drunk. And I said, it was the funniest thing ever. Because I'm not fucking flexible. I'm on the office floor, off my fucking chops on coke, got my legs up on the wall, trying to get in a position where I can put this vodka bottle in my ass. And then I'm like, oh, it's got the twist top. That's going to hurt. So I'm trying to twist it in. My wife opens up the office door. She goes, what the fuck are you doing? I said, I'm trying to get drunk. I'm trying to put the vodka in my ass.
I feel like if that happened in my relationship, it would be over.
You told me a guy who did this and he got drunk. She goes, yeah, I also told you he died. I'm like, well, look at me. I'm fucked up. I can't remember the whole story.
All right. I got a good drunk one, and then I got several stories where I'm a real piece of shit.
But with that one with Xavier, can I jump in and say that's a thing too? Because Joe probably never heard the other story. I was in a threesome. Now, this is the only time it happened. I'm not gay, so I'm not going to go with that. But I was in a threesome with an ex back in the day in Austin, Texas. And we're having a threesome, this guy, her, me. And I thought, okay, you can have a go. So I get off, I'm standing by the bed, and she's riding him. And while she's riding him, I'm playing with her tits. And all of a sudden, we're all fucked up again. Drugs are a bad thing, people. Don't do them. And I'm like this, and I'm like, who's sucking my dick? I'm like, my girlfriend's up there. And then I'm like, oh. I would look down, I'm like, oh. And someone goes to me, Lee, didn't you stop him? I said, if I stopped him, he would have thought I was homophobic, so I just let him go. So I'm like, what?
Yeah, you don't want to offend him or anything.
And I finished in his mouth. You know, can never look him in the eyes again. Right. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't know, a mouth's a mouth. Let me tell you, so you wouldn't know the difference. All right.
I would know the difference by looking.
Well, I was that fucked up at the time. I'm in the moment, and I didn't want to be homophobic. So I let him.
Yeah, John. Why don't you get this shit back under control, bud? This is your come on.
Yeah.
So Lee lost me and finished in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's only gay if you're gay.
Yeah. So my friend's brother got married, and his crew of guys weren't as, into partying as we were. We were like, me and my friends back in the day, we were like in the middle. There were guys that were really fucking nuts. There were guys that were like, they were just like, you did not want to hang out with them because you were going to end up in jail or stabbed or whatever. And we were kind of somewhere in the middle. We weren't the most, calm people, but we were in the middle. We wanted to get fucked up and chase girls. That's pretty much what we wanted to do. So my friends his brothers get married, so he's having his bachelor party, and they're very calm guys and so on and so forth. So my friend's in charge of the bachelor party, so he invites me. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll come. No big deal. It's in Atlantic City. So his friends are in the room, and he gets two hookers. He hires two hookers to come to the room to put on the show or whatever, and blah, 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 right? So all of the guys, now at this point, we were there all day. We were fucking day drinking. We were gambling. So I'm fucking wasted, right? So we go back to the room. The two hookers are there. They're putting on this stupid show. They're like, one girl is like holding a lollipop with her mouth, and the other girl takes it out with a snatch, all this shit, right? Nothing impressive at all. It's just Whatever.
He said, "I've seen it all."
It's not even
You're hard to
I'm gonna
impress.
say
kind of
I'm
impressive.
easily impressed, man.
Nah, like if you're a
He's
hooker,
coming off with their snatch. I was like, "That's pretty impressive to me." I don't know.
it's just that, at his bachelor party there were hookers, but they were in the bathroom giving blowjobs, and to me that's what a hooker's supposed to do, right?
It's on the red side. Yeah, it's on their to-do
Yeah,
list.
yeah. This is a show. Like I don't want to see a show. Anyway, so the girls on the floor during this time where they're doing the trick with the lollipop, and I got the girl in the figure 4 leg lock. I just grabbed the hooker's legs, and I just got him in the figure 4 like Ric Flair, and I'm on the middle of the living room. I think we're in the Borgata, and I'm slapping the floor like I really got the fucking figure 4 locked in. I'm slapping the floor like Ric Flair did, and my friend's in her face going, "You gotta submit, you gotta submit." And then she's kind of laughing, and the other girl is like, "What the fuck is going on?" So I release the figure 4 leg lock, and I get on top of the bed, and I just go like this, and I was ready to jump and do the flying elbow, and his brother tackles me. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Dude, I was going to give her like a fucking, the Macho Man.
The people's elbow.
Savage flying elbow." He's like, "You're going to hurt her." I'm like, I've done it before. I've given the elbow before. Anyway, that was one drunk story.
Like, I'll teach him not to suck cock.
Now, you want to hear what a real piece of shit I was growing up?
I don't know. That one was bad, John. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that one.
Yeah, can you top that? Like,
You had me a flying elbow.
Oh man, I was a real piece of shit.
John's next story is I used to go out for drinks with Bill Cosby and would take girls.
They get more and more intense. There's a man called Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I'm not far off from that. So when I was single, there used to be this girl in Brooklyn. I was living in Staten Island. There was this girl in Brooklyn. She was a Russian girl, clearly not black, and that matters in this story. Okay, that matters in this story. She was not black. She was Russian, and she lived in Sheepshead Bay. So anybody who is from Brooklyn, everybody knows Sheepshead Bay is now all fucking Russian, right? So I don't remember Alina. That was her name, Alina. I don't remember her last name.
Now she's Russian
name, right?
What's her last name and address?
I don't remember her fucking last name. Some Kachakakov.
We don't need details.
Some Russian name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We would hang out, and we would just like basically fuck buddies. We would go to the bar, we'd get something to drink, or we go out to eat, and we go to our apartment. So I have my own apartment, and in my apartment, it's just me and my dog. So, when you watch porn, but you live with somebody like your parents or your wife or whatever, you shut the audio off, right? Because you don't want to hear anybody to hear, that you watch porn. Well, when I was living by myself, it was just me and the dog. I would have the audio on, right? So there was like a stretch of maybe like a month or so where I really got into black girls. I was really watching a lot of black porn, and I could tell you the site too. There was a Round and Brown, right? That was there was a 40-ounce bounce. That was another one, 40-ounce bounce. There was a white dicks on black chicks.
You remember the name so well. They must have had an impression.
Oh, I guarantee they're still available. And one of my favorites, this one was my favorite, was Ghetto Gaggers, because they would just do that was my favorite one. So
what was that last one? What was that last one again?
Ghetto Gaggers. So I used to like listen to it because it was just me and my dog in the apartment, right? I used to have a pit bull named Scotch, right? And I'd be jerking off, the dog would be underneath my seat, right? So
someone's got to clean up the mess.
So yeah, right. So fast forward maybe a week or two later, I'm with this girl at her apartment in Sheepshead Bay. She's clearly fucking a white girl. And when I'm fucking, I talk a lot of shit. I talk mad shit when I'm fucking. I'm like, yeah, you like that bitch? I'm not a quiet fuck. Like, I'm like, yeah, you like that bitch? You fucking who a bitch? You take that fucking cock. So now I have her bent over the bed with the couch, and I'm banging up doggy style. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking bitch, take that shit, bitch. You like that? And then I just went, you like that big black cock? And here's the thing. Here's what she did. She did this. She was like this, and she went. She gave me like the fish eye, and then I just kept looking down. I didn't even look up.
She said, she's like, she said,
Same.
did you say big?
Yeah. He goes, he's like, yeah, I would like one if I had one.
She was more shocked it was the big than the black. So now I was an electrician for like 10 years before I got the job in the sewer. Same girl. We stopped talking. She hits me up over like months later, 6 months, 8 months later.
Racist, cause you're black. That's why.
Yeah. And she goes, are you an electrician? I said, yeah. So she goes, I'm buying a condo in Sheepshead Bay. She's like, would you do the work for me? And I was like, yeah, I'll do the work for you. Yeah, no problem. And she's like, I was like, all right, so here's the story. Here's how it works. I'm not going to charge you, but you pay for material and, give me everything that else I want. She goes, deal. Sounds good. So I go down to the fucking condo. I meet her father. I meet the fucking real estate agent. I meet everybody. And the father's telling me, you got to do this. And I want a plug here. And I want a light here. And I want this. And I want that. And I'm writing it down. And I'm going, all right. Yeah. Okay. You got it. No problem. You want it? Yeah. And I'm going to everything like I'm really going to do the job. Right. And I'm doing everything. So I'm doing that. And then we go back to her apartment. And I fucking nail her in the apartment. And then I go home and I don't fucking text her or nothing. And like 3 days later, she texts me and she goes, are you going to do the job or not? And I just wrote back, no.
Oh my God. Terrible. That's terrible.
I know. Should we talk about bodybuilding now, or we have one more? Well, I got one more terrible story.
Well, may as well.
Has anyone ever?
It's Joe's last time on here, so you may as well.
Has anyone
be a regular? Coming back now.
Has anyone ever messed up and said while dirty talking said like I've said before, I'm like, do you like that pussy? I'm like, I mean, do you like my cock in your pussy? And you try to correct it, and it's like, oh, I fucked it.
You fucked it up.
But by that point, that it doesn't matter.
I had a girl once. I was like, oh, listen to that pussy. Listen to it, because it's like making the wet noise and queef. And she's like, listen to that. Listen to it. It's talking to you. I'm like, I just shut up and fuck. It's like the way she was talking, like, listen to it. It wants you. It's like, tell me
I like that.
Story. Is this story time? Pussy story time or what? It's like,
I was with one girl actually, and I was on top of her banging her in this hotel room. This is fuck. I had to be in my late 20s, and she's like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just goes, and I'm really trying to fucking nail her, right? Like she was this hot Spanish chick, and she just goes, how much do you bench? And I just stopped, and I was like, could we talk about this after I'm done? At least, give me a break here. Like you could, that's how much she was not into it at all. Like she was more into like, how much do I bench press while I was in the middle. You're right, Joe. Big is not.
Yeah, but you had to stop. So what you're telling me is you couldn't bench very much.
No, I couldn't bench.
Yeah. Okay.
Want to hear the word?
You were too offended of the thought of the atrocity of your bench. Okay.
I had this girl once who came to, when I lived at the back of a gym, so I banged lots of girls in the gym on different machines. So it used to be fun. But I was only still 18, 19, and the school groups would come through. So she must have been 16, 17. She come back to fuck me, and we're fucking, doing all the things. I said, now turn over, get in doggy. Fuck me dead. I think she had daddy issues or daddy did something to her, because as soon as I said get in doggy, she just stopped. She looked at me, she goes, what, you think I'm a fucking dog? You're going to fuck me like a dog? Fuck you, man.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrifying.
I hit the nerve here. She just snapped. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. I've had chicks where like they're like this one girl another girl from Brooklyn, like fucking, I went to her apartment and she wanted me to choke the shit out of her. And I was just like holding her firmly. And she's like, no, choke me. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, you want me to fucking kill you?
Yes.
My wife don't like that. My wife used to have me do that till she passed out. Then I'd be like, "Oh fuck, is she dead?"
Panic and wake her up. Jesus Christ. Wake up, throw water on her. Like that scene from Pulp Fiction. I'm not gonna give it a shot. You give it a fucking shot.
Well, she did it to me once. It was weird because I remember she was doing it. She said, "Let me choke," and I'm like, "Okay, do it." And I remember like not breathing. And all of a sudden, I remember I was having this dream. It felt like a fucking hour-long dream. Then I woke up. I went, oh. She goes, oh, you passed out for like 5 seconds. I'm like, 5 seconds? That felt like an hour. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. All right. We're going to transition because we're 45 minutes in telling disgusting stories. We're going to transition. We're going to transition into bodybuilding. There's only one story I want to talk about.
If we must. Okay.
Yeah. Kenson had on Bob Ciccarello this weekend. And I have not been, I've been really keeping my mouth shut about this whole thing with Phil and Bob. And when was the Masters old? Like a month ago already?
2 weeks. 2 weeks?
2 weeks also. Yeah.
Sorry, 2 weeks.
It's had to be at least 3 weeks, right?
It's going on 3 weeks this week.
All right, so it's 3 weeks. And these two, and I have all the respect in the world for Phil. He's a great guy. I get along with him. But these two guys are still going at it like two fucking girls. And I just can't fucking take it anymore. It's like, stop. You're like two fucking broads. Jesus Christ. I mean, as much as I really like Phil, and he helped me out during a time where my podcast was down and he can't, whatever. Everybody knows the story. And I have all the respect in the world for him. But these two guys gotta fucking stop with the going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Holy shit. And the worst part is, here's the worst part, as far as I'm concerned. And Kenson, I want your opinion. I want everybody's opinion, really, but I want Kenson especially because he had both the guys on. You're taking away from Dorian's fucking victory. Like anybody who's talking about this is talking about nothing but Phil and Bob. And this is the highlight of Dorian's career. Odds are he's never gonna fucking get another Masters O victory. Never gonna be on the Olympia stage. And nobody's even talking about it. All they're talking about is Phil and Bob when it comes to this fucking Masters O. And it's like, Jesus, guys, could we give Dorian a little bit of fucking clout here? He won a goddamn Masters going to the Olympia. And we're talking about a guy who never won a show before, a pro show, rather, an open show, rather. And nobody's even talking about it because these two idiots are going back and forth. I don't know. Kenson, what do you think? Because you have both of these guys on, and it's just like, I mean, I really did not want to fucking say anything anymore, but it's ridiculous at this point. It really is.
So there does come a point where it's just got to be let go and we need to be able to move on. The one thing that I've always said is that bodybuilding fans have short memories. And this actually surprisingly kind of opened my eyes to the fact that that's for an even better reason than what I thought to begin with. The short memories are there for us to be able to move on to the next show, you know, and who's going to be at the Olympia, who's going to be the next one qualified, you know, who's going to be able to compete with who, and then start that conversation again. But it seems like when these things kind of progress over a number of weeks, like it has now, depending on the individuals, in this case, it started getting personal. And when it starts getting personal, when it starts getting beyond the physiques on stage, that's when I say, you know what? That's it. Like, I'm done here. I have no interest in this conversation anymore. This is not about bodybuilding anymore. This is about somebody said this about this guy, and this guy's an old fat fuck, and this is everything. And so, you know what? I'm done now. That's it. It's ridiculous. Stick to bodybuilding. Stick to the physiques. The competition is ruined. I don't think there's even going to be another Masters Olympia. I mean, why would they do another one at this point? It's ruined, honestly.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it was ridiculous. But I mean,
and it didn't have a lot of exposure to begin with, John. Nobody was talking about the Masters.
No,
I wasn't talking about it on my channel.
Everybody was talking about Joe in Texas.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. But, I mean, look, the Masters was something that was actually like everybody knew the Masters was happening well in advance, and they knew the competitors that were happening well in advance. And that doesn't typically happen, right? We get the confirmation the week before the show. In this case, people knew the people that were going to be competing, right? It just didn't go. It didn't get advertised very well, and I knew Phil was upset about that, but that's partly, I think, a fault of potentially the organizers and the promoters, but also the fact of the matter is, us in the social media world of bodybuilding, we weren't talking about it. The only coverage we saw was Nick Strength and Power saying nobody's talking about it. And you know what? After that, still nobody talked about it. There was no big names. It was in a place in the world that nobody could get to, really, that's in bodybuilding. There was no prize money. And now it's just like throwing shit on the fire, right? It's I don't think it's going to happen again. And now that it's starting to get personal, like I said, it's fucking done for me, man.
Yeah, you're right. It really got out of hand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Phil's comeback on Instagram was funny. It was fucking funny, but it was just, it just got out of control. Xavier, what do you think about this whole fucking shit?
Well, I suppose like going to the judging of it, like, yeah, Dorian didn't get his credit for winning as well, and I feel bad because there's like, it feels like there's no real winners out of it because Dorian like sort of didn't get his plaudits for winning the show. The fact that they wouldn't pay for Brandon Curry's trip to go over there created another story a little bit that was sort of glossed over. Like they wouldn't even pay for a former Mr. Olympia, you know, a guy who's actively doing
in the
well.
top
He was like
5 in the world right now.
He was 4th at the Arnold, you know, like he looked really damn good. And they won't pay his way there and his accommodation. That's crazy. The fact they had $10,000 for first place is, I think, a slap in the face. Like, yes, they have $229,000 all up, but they've got every division. So if you want to have every division, you're not going to get the top guys. Like, think about the guys that are 40 plus now that are competing. Ramis, you're all those guys. Like, if you're offering enough money and you go, okay, enough money plus the title, and then if you put it together like the Texas Pro or something, you would get a bunch of guys that are 40 plus competing. I think people would be surprised how many guys are right there, and it might keep some guys competing a little bit more and keep them in the open as well if they, you know, made it prestigious enough. Because I've heard guys speak of it, you know, that are late 30s and 39 that might do it. Like Evan Centopani sort of left the door open too, but no way he would have done it this year because why would he? $10,000 in Japan, like poor coverage, you know, not very good promotion.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think of that, Kenton. You might be right. There might not be another one after this because I know Jake Wood took a bath in Romania last year. He made no money. I think he really was in the red, and I don't even know. That's probably one of the reasons why he was probably looking to make sure that he at least made money. That's probably one of the reasons why he didn't fucking pay for Brandon or Bonac.
I'm back at the next one. Do you mean it's not going to happen? I was going to make a comeback. Damn it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just think it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, Joe, if you want to chime in, you can, but it's just fucking, it's just so stupid. I've been trying to avoid, and I had not done one fucking episode on it.
Well, I have 2 things to say. The first thing is, or 3 things, I guess. First thing, I do feel bad for Dorian. You know, there's probably, I can't speak for him, but I would assume it's the highlight of his career. It's his first win in a pro league, right? So it does suck. But then 2, I was always brought up to always let go of what you can't change. Like you complaining and saying this happened, that happened, it's not going to change a damn thing. So you holding on to that negativity, it's just going to make you look bad after a while. And it's starting to make him look bad, right? And number 3 is, you know how they have the NFL and then they've had like the XFL and arena football. Nobody watches that. And as fucked up as that sounds, like everyone's always going to be more like wanting to see the big league, the number one thing, the men's open. They even had on the same weekend as the Texas Pro. So that should tell you something right there. They didn't care for it to get coverage because that's kind of how they put it. It's like a stepchild that they forgot about kind of thing. And I feel bad for the athletes, but I mean, when you're to qualify for that, I believe you have to be 35 and 40 in those 2 categories. Those are the prime years of the men's open right now. And you got some of the younger guys like in the 20s. So like when you already have that age group at their prime over here, they're not going to get much attention over here. Because it's like I said, like the arena football or XFL or whatever that didn't make it to the NFL. And so right then and there, it's not going to be taken as seriously, I guess you could say, and get the kind of views that they're looking for. So I mean, I don't see it lasting long. I don't think negative publicity towards it is going to help at all. And I do feel bad for Dorian. That's all I really have to say about that.
Gabrielle's Trap House Gains sends me $30.
Hey, I want $30.
And salute to legend Lee Priest. Unfortunately, Gabrielle, that doesn't go to Lee Priest. That money goes to me.
That's American dollars. That'd be like
that's American. It says NT.
He'll take cocaine though.
What does NT mean?
No, cocaine is like $350 a gram. That won't get me shit.
And now I'm gonna have to Venmo Lee fucking $30 plus. Jesus Christ! But thank you, sir.
You can buy me a shot in New Jersey with the money, John.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you very much.
NT is a new Taiwan dollar. Cool.
It's not a lot.
Oh,
You're not going to get
son
much
of
out
a-
of that.
Probably
Is
not.
it really?
It's not a lot.
It's nice
Ain't
though.
this
Let's
a
see.
It's still nice
bitch?
though.
Go ahead.
From
New
Let me
Taiwan.
see.
New Taiwan
30
dollars.
30
He's about to abuse you in a minute.
Go ahead. What's the transition? What is it?
$1.30. Sorry, 98 cents.
98 cents? Yeah, it's 98 cents. Yeah. I got 98
Thanks a lot.
Hey,
Thanks.
that's a week's wages in Taiwan, John. You fucking be happy.
Jesus.
You only,
Christ.
John,
You
you only
ungrateful
get
fuck.
78 too. You get 78 of those cents.
Yeah,
YouTube
you
take
can
that
finish
cut.
your heart.
What'd you say, Xavier?
YouTube take 20% of that too.
Oh yeah,
So it's
that's
about
right.
you're down to about
Oh.
78 cents.
Well, thank
Maybe.
you anyway, man. That means
Thank you.
like I'm doing
exactly.
good. Though people
It
want
took
to
the
send.
time to do it.
That's the thought that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like
Hey,
when
man,
you
got 78 cents more than I did this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like when your bill's like 28 something and you give the waitress $30. You're like, you can keep the change. That's what
Yeah,
it
thanks a
is.
lot.
He's like, oh, really? You
All right.
sure
Oh,
it's wanted
thanks.
back?
Yeah.
If everyone
Right.
tipped in, you know.
Last topic,
Yes.
not bodybuilding, but we got to talk about this, man, because it was just insane. Did you see Rampage Jackson's son this
I
weekend?
didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Did
No.
you guys have any idea what I'm talking about?
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh
No.
my God! All right, so
I'm taking he was in a fight in UFC, was he?
no,
No?
not exactly. So Rampage Jackson's son, Rajon Jackson, something like that. He's 25 years old.
Raja.
So Rajon, is that his name? I don't fucking
Something
know.
like that. Raja.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It's like, is it RAJ?
I can't even get Iraq and Iran right. I mean, you know, I can't even get that right. If you guys saw my thing with Samson, I kept saying Hadi's from Iraq, and I'm like, fuck. After I watched it, I'm like, fuck. Anyway. So this guy, he goes to this. Apparently, he's supposed to be part of this like professional wrestling, but like WWE shit, like fake wrestling, right? So apparently, he's trying to be a streamer. He's live streaming. He walks up to the wrestling stuff before the show starts, and he's got the cameras going. And so, like the storyline is supposed to be this bad guy, does something terrible to Rampage Jackson's son, and then he gets his revenge in the fucking ring, later on that night. So Rampage Jackson's son walks up, and the guy who's supposed to be the bad guy grabs like a beer can or an empty can or a prop or something like that, and like hits him over the head. And Rajon Jackson just is like, the fuck is going on? Like he had no idea what the fuck was going on, and this guy thought he was going to sell it, and this was going to be the storyline, right? Like in wrestling. So the wrestlers get in between them, and they're like, no, we're not doing that yet. We're not doing that. He's live streaming. That's not the cameras. And he's like, oh shit. So he says to Rampage Jackson's son, listen, I'm really sorry. I thought we were doing a storyline. In wrestling, you call it a work. It's basically the storyline, right? So he's like, I thought we were working. I thought we were doing a work. I'm really sorry. Puts his hand out. Rampage Jackson's son doesn't want to shake his hand. And then what happens is finally he's like, dude, I'm really sorry. Like the guy did not realize that he wasn't ready to do this yet. And he finally puts his hand out like 3 times. And finally Rampage Jackson's son shakes his hand, says, no problem, man. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. He's like, dude, if I would have known. And you could see the guy is genuinely, like sincerely sorry. Okay. He's in the front row. The match is going on. He's looking at his fucking phone, and the thing is, this is all fucking taped. It's all fucking taped. And he's looking at all the comments from the live stream, and apparently people were saying things like, you bitched out, that guy hit you with a cane, you didn't do anything. So he is sitting there just fucking steaming. And he's like, yo, they told me I go in there and I hit him once and I get out. He goes, fuck that. He's saying this. He goes, I'm going to hit him as many times as I possibly fucking can. And he's saying, I'm doing this for real. He's saying it, right? So now it's time for him to fucking run in there. He runs in there, gives the guy like some kind of body slam. So now some people say the guy was out, or the other guy, some people say he was doing a work. So he's laying on the floor with his hands out like this. He gets on top. Rampage Jackson's son gets on top of him and starts really fucking this guy up. He must have hit. They were saying that he hit him like 20 times or 25 times before everybody realized that everybody was in shock. And one smaller wrestler tried to pull him off, and then finally one of the bigger wrestlers got him off. Then they started pulling him out. This guy had a fractured skull, fractured face. He got his teeth knocked out. He was out. He was choking on his own teeth and his blood because he was out. He was knocked out cold, and they had to like lift him up and make sure that he didn't fucking. Anyway, the guy is in the hospital. He's up, but he's in like critical condition. And the fucking thing is still rolling. They got him in the parking lot saying, "I'm tired of people saying I'm a bitch. I'm tired of people saying that I'm soft. I'm telling people want to fuck with me all the time." And finally, I don't know who it was on the phone trying to talk some sense into him. He's got a shirt on, his blood all over his shirt. He's got and he's on the phone with somebody, and the guy's going, "Dude, they don't know if this guy's dead or alive. He's still in the ring." He goes, the guy's telling him, "You really fucked up." And he goes like this. He goes like, "Oh, really? My bad." That's what he said. And it's like, it couldn't it was just like, wow. Like the kid's 25 years old. And now this is almost attempted murder. Like this can be attempted murder because it's premeditated. He says it right on the
jail for sure. He's going to jail for sure.
The only thing he's got in his favor is that he's in LA. No offense, Joe. And
white privilege.
And it's very, very liberal out there, and like he is black and the guy was white, so he might have some leniency. If the guy croaks, he's probably doing a long time.
Take me first with the beer can.
Yeah.
But like the worst thing for him is him actually saying that I'm going to get in there and do this and do that. And
dude, it's all because he was live streaming the whole thing. So it's all on video. It's all there. It's just there's nothing like he literally can't fucking defend himself whatsoever. Yeah. And bro, it was insane. So now if you go watch it on YouTube, they blur out the part where he's knocking the shit out of him in the middle of the ring.
Go watch it on YouTube, but if it's blurred out, it won't be the same.
I saw the full thing on Instagram this morning. The second thing that I saw, it was like bang, 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 bang. Like,
dude, what you think? Did you see the whole thing beforehand with the beer can?
I didn't see all that. No, I saw the actual like when he like slammed him and then he just started wailing on him. Like you could tell it was like a wrestling thing or something,
right? And
it was just like he just went insane and just was like, and think about it. He was on top of him. This guy's on his back and he's just like, bang, bang. This guy's out and he just didn't stop going. Like it was like.
Joe, you really didn't see it, Joe? You got to look it up now. That
oh man,
it's
yo, that guy's gonna be looked after financially for the rest of his life. Like, but who knows what he's facing?
Well, if he could if he lives, I understand he's in critical condition in the hospital. Kenton, did you see that shit?
Never saw any of it. No.
You got to look at it's crazy, bro. Like everybody's like all the big podcasts are covering it. I'm like, holy shit, this guy. We'll see what happens. His odds are he's going to wind up in jail for some time, but he's got daddy's fucking money backing him up, so he'll be out on fucking bail. But he's saying the weird part is he's saying I'm sick of people saying that I'm soft, and I'm like, bro, you're soft. You let your emotions get to you. That's being soft. That's fucking, dude. It was insane, and it was just fucking crazy, but I don't know.
Yep.
He just threw his life away.
Yeah.
He might very well have thrown his life away, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's in LA and in California, and it was like so he might have a shot because of the liberal code out there. It's kind of like being in New York, it's fucking crazy because I don't know if you remember a few years back when those illegal immigrants fucking beat up the cops and they got arrested and then they were released.
Yeah, and they got out.
Released same day, right?
They released the next day, and then they skipped town. They were gone, and it's like wow.
Oh, well, they just get away with it. Like no matter what, it's crazy, man. Like it's insane. It's like Australia. Australia's pretty much all over, Lee. Like it's like pretty sort of woke. Like we don't cover certain things like up in the Northern Territory, like the Aboriginal communities up there. Like I saw one video online, spears going in, they're having literal spear fights and they're killing each other. And the police are like, I feel for the police up there because they've got to deal with like, hey, how much do we risk our lives in getting in between these spears, and you got hundreds of them. It's like, it's like, what do we do?
Australia and the UK are great arguments for not, how can I say this? They're great arguments for
keeping your guns.
Defending the guns. What I mean by that is even if you take the guns away, the criminals are still going to find a way to kill you.
Exactly.
Well, they just put that thing in Melbourne now, down in Melbourne. They spent 13 million on these bins they just put in front of the police stations because
machete bins.
Yeah, they've banned machetes down in Victoria because gangs were killing each other and attacking people with machetes. So now in their great thinking, they've given amnesty. If anyone has a machete, you have to go turn your machete into the police department.
And the bin, I don't know if you guys have that in America where you have like Salvation Army bins. Where
that's like a clothing bin. Yeah.
They look exactly like that, and each one that they made cost $320,000.
Yeah, it's just a metal bin, like a big mail.
The price of a Ferrari or a Lambo or something like that is what it costs to each one of these bins. And it says on the front of it, this is surveilled by there's surveillance by a CCTV. So what, you don't think they're going to go watching who's putting machetes in the bin? It's like you're dobbing yourself in plus giving away your machete. It's like,
well, this weekend they're meant to be having a big, not march, but because we've had all the Palestinian marches and all the other stuff. This weekend they're meant to be having just stand up for Australia, where they're just Australian pride, come out with the Australian flag, and oh my God, the woke people, all the racists will be out there. And I said, it's like when you have the American flag and people get upset. It's like, how can have pride in your country and your country's flag be a bad thing? But now that's fucking ridiculous. Some people are like too scared. Even one school kid, he had like an American flag on something and he took it off because he was getting beat up at school because they were saying he's racist and white supremacist because he just had the Australian flag on his fingers.
Yeah, that's happening in the UK. The states,
UK too.
Yeah, the states are seeing a pendulum swing, so it's starting to go the opposite way now, where like this woke agenda is starting to like end a little bit, and the American pride and people basically saying we're not going to stand up for it. Like the latest thing is this Cracker Barrel thing where they changed the whole logo and. Today there were $100 million less in the stock market. So anytime
I just don't get all the flags, do you? Because whether you're gay, straight, whatever you want to be, you still got the American flag or the Australian flag. You can be a gay, trans, or whatever, but you're still an American, so still fucking recognize the flag.
Yeah, really. Joe, how bad you're in LA, Joe? How bad is it really in California? We're not in LA, but you're in Cali.
It honestly depends on if you're hanging around more downtown LA. That's where all the bullshit happens. I'm on the outskirts of that. So it's like, unless I drive 20 minutes downtown, I really don't see any of the bullshit. So, and I mean, I don't like being around the bullshit. So you hardly ever see me there unless I have to go there. But yeah, I can get pretty shitty, where they bring like, the cops there, SWAT team, depending on the, like the Black Lives Matter thing back then. And then, just those big moments where like the whole woke community comes out and stuff and just has a voice and wants to be heard and stuff. It's like, I never go to that shit. It's just,
well, Joe,
it doesn't fix anything. It just makes things worse.
100%. Well, Joe, you're the only other American on the panel. Do you notice the pendulum swinging in the other direction? Because pretty much ever since Trump got elected, the pendulum has been swinging in the other direction.
I think it's one of those things that, like, people that felt like they should have a voice are starting to shut up a little more now, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I mean,
well, because look, in social media, and you guys will probably realize this. Once Trump got elected and Elon bought Twitter and made it X, and then Elon basically pulled away the censorship. Now you're seeing a lot of people, Nick Fuentes being the most powerful, the most popular one, coming out and saying exactly how he feels, where before that guys like him were banned on every platform, so you're definitely seeing the pendulum swing in the other direction, and you see a lot more stories about Israel and Nazi Germany, and kids like Nick Fuentes coming out and talking about the stuff. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying ever since then, and censorship is being pulled back, there are people like basically verbally fighting back and being like, "This is ridiculous. Nobody wants a guy dressed as a girl in a woman's locker room. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants them in the sports, and nobody, and it's starting to take on a life of its own, where these people are actually on social media, and it's making a dent. It's making an impact rather. So
because this show's more lighthearted, maybe Joe come on next week and go downtown in a American top and a Trump, and go live.
Yeah, bring you. Yeah. You guys
like running the gauntlet.
Yeah, I try to stay away from like political stuff and then all that shit, just because it's a bunch of negative shit, and negative draws negative, so I honestly just don't like being around
and
it.
what you said about that, it's the same thing in New York. Like, I'm not far away. I'm like maybe I work uptown, and I'm not far away from like Midtown and downtown, which where all the shit happens. I'm like maybe 20 minutes, half hour away, and like you don't see any of that shit by me, but you drive 20 minutes, half hour away, and it's all right there,
And the thing is too, you can't even have a discussion. You couldn't even have a discussion, because if they disagree with you, they're just going to start screaming, yelling. It's just like, oh Jesus! It's like
there's another guy Andrew Wilson, is that his name? He's another one that's speaking out. There's a lot of younger
guy with a mustache and like sort of like longish hair. He used to be on like Candace Owens' podcast a little bit. He's on
no. Candace Owens is another one actually that speaks out, but this guy is on the Whatever podcast, and he's always like,
"Hey John, I got to jump off, dude. Thanks for inviting me."
Man. Yeah, no, thanks for coming on.
See you guys later. Nice to meet you, Joe.
Nice to meet you, brother. Likewise, man.
Later, guys.
He basically goes on. He started debating like feminists, and he destroys them.
Charlie Kirk, do you mean?
No, not Charlie Kirk. This guy Andrew Wilson. He's a newer guy. And then he's debating like pretty much any fucking liberal he could destroy. It's unbelievable. Like he's like the heavyweight champion of fucking conservative discussions. But anyway, all right, it is over an hour. Joe probably has to eat like a half a cow right now.
I ate right before jumping on.
But Joe, man, really,
30 minutes ago was thinking in his mind, how the fuck did I get on this podcast?
What the hell? Holy shit! But Joe, really, thank you for coming on, man. I'm going to keep inviting you on, and if you want to come on, you got an open invitation.
Well, I can tell you now, next week you ain't getting the reply.
Oh wait,
unlike.
Joe's going to be very busy this time next week.
A question for Joe. Last question, then we got to go. How has Paul influenced you in your career and turning pro? Seems like more than just friend and training partner.
So, I haven't talked about too much or gone into detail about my life in 2021, but I was going through a bunch of like bad like crap that my life was taking a turn for the worst. And Paul saw me kind of deteriorating, not just as a bodybuilder, but just as a man in general. And he actually extended the offer. He said that he's like, Joe, you need to compete. He saw me going out drinking again and stuff. And I would always train hard. I've never not trained hard. It was always therapeutic for me. And that was my getaway. So I've never not trained hard, but he saw my physique taking a shit because, alcohol and bodybuilding just don't go. Like the diet was shit, just being up stupid hours of the night and blowing my money. And then, so he saw that. He told me that I needed to compete. He told me that I needed to compete. He was like, Joe, like you've been in the office for a really long time. I'm seeing you kind of like not progress anymore. He's like, why don't you compete? And I said, honestly, I just don't think I'm ready. This and that. This is going into my second show, but my first show that I would be on gear. So, he was like, "Is it a financial thing or what?" And I was like, "Yeah, part of it's financial. I wouldn't be able to afford it right now." And he was like, "Well, what if I paid for your coaching?" And I
Wow.
looked at him and I was like, "You'd be willing to pay for my coaching if I competed, like, and I just have to compete?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'd do that for you." He's like, I believe you could do this." And I was like, "Look, man, honestly, like, if you believe in me like that, then I'll fucking do that. I'll get like straight edge and just I'll do this shit if you really think that you want to invest that money into me." And so he did that for me. And literally that show changed my whole life.
Wow.
So
That's a good
people
person right there.
I've told him, like on those like car rides you go to the gym, I was like, man, like I hope you know that I give you credit for this shit all the time when people ask me. And I said, like, they don't know that you saved my life because I was not in a good place. And that show turned my whole life around. It got me back on my feet. It just changed my mindset, my mind frame. I got really close to God during that prep because I always tell people, you learn a lot about yourself when you dig real deep in those shows.
Right.
And so yeah, Paul saved my life. And so yeah, I owe him everything.
Well, whoever Paul is,
That's
God
really
bless
cool,
you, man.
Yeah. Why couldn't someone ask that question earlier and made this podcast fucking decent?
Yeah, ending it on a really nice note. We've got Muscle Insight there as well. He just
Yeah,
made
that's
a
right.
comment.
All right,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
awesome.
Thank you very much for coming on, fellas. I
Yeah, it's
really
a beautiful
appreciate
story
it.
like
John.
that. Not talk about he's putting vodka.
We're ending on a good note.
And John, wish me luck as well. My ex is being sentenced tomorrow, so
Send us to
Oh.
jail.
There we go.
hopefully, yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully.
I hope
That's
so
the
too,
goal.
that bitch.
That's the
Anyway.
goal.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
Best of luck, brother.
Thanks, man. I
Bye,
appreciate
guys.
it.
But
I think he's still live. I don't think he stopped it.
How do I get off this shit?
oh, you don't want to leave us.
I think it's still
Right.
going. I think we're still live to people. We'll end it. We'll just jump out. Okay.
Joe,
See you,
Joe
people.
Griffin's going to say, "Oh, I hate them cunts."
All right. Catch you later.
Mate.